ba, boom boom ba. It's a boom bap. It's a boom bap morning. Good morning, everybody. This is DTM Delta Tango Mike. Just checking in on this Monday morning, doing some art. Big ups to Jane for breaking down some of her process early this morning. Like I said, I am DTM Delta Tango Mike, and today I have a process to share with you. It's a creative process that has taken me a minute to trim down to the basics and get the most effective illustration out of it. So I want to share that with you today. So please stick around for the next hour and let me know if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions. Big ups to Evie in the house, Clever Devlin, and I saw RB earlier and a couple other folks in the chat. So big ups if you're stopping through here. And if you're going to watch the stream today, please leave a comment. Let me know that you are here. Tell me what you're working on. Share a link, something. Tell us about the art life. And let me see. I think we are streaming into our Discord. So if you're familiar with our Discord, you're welcome to come on through and watch the stream behind the scenes. You can send me messages and I can hear you once you say something in the Discord. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Boom, boom, boom. I think we got good audio. There it is. All right, so let me tell you about this super collaboration that we've been working on, and basically it's a collaboration between a few of us artists, including Hues and Tones. Jane is in on this. RB, and why don't I just look through it so while I tell you about it. So Hues and Tones and I started collaboration late last year. There goes Hues and Tones working on the back back of the card design, and that includes our artwork. And then here's some of the designs by Penny Doodles, RB, and Aaron, aka Hues and Tones. Then Mafu over here on the left, Aaron, um, and myself. And then we got Elisandra in the house, Aaron again, aka Hues and Tones. So Hues and Tones and Jane in this set of cards, and then down here, let me see. Okay, there are some of them are threes. Okay, I need to fix some of my stuff. Then some of mine, DTM, and I need to fix my colors because they're all different colors because that's how I like to draw. Jane said, "That's me." That's right, Jane. That is you. And then some art by Odari and myself. And then we got the clubs down here, art by myself, and then by myself and Jane, the Jane Bradbury. Go follow Jane. They got good skills. They got amazing skills. All right, so that's the super collaboration. It's a series of playing cards, and we all took our time coming out with something that interests us, something that touches on our passion, and we collaborated to make these different playing cards. So the first task was to create an illustration to go on the playing card, but we want the illustration in vector, line work only, so that we can use that as a coloring page. So right now there are some downloads that you can get from this page on the Behance, and it might be in the description of the video, the link. I think it is, but if anything, I will add it to the chat. Let me see. Paste it. No, yep, it is working. Boom, there it goes. I enjoyed doing this. It was a challenge to do something a bit different, says Jane. Yes, because Jane draws a lot of skulls and evil villains. No, it's playing. It's a great project. It is a great project. And so there's the link to the Behance and a couple of streams. There goes Aaron right there and Jane. But why does Jane have a martini glass? You didn't tell me it was a drinking stream. Let's see. Let's go down, and then there are the downloads. Where are the downloads? Right there on the bottom right. You can see some of the downloads, and we're making these coloring pages available for you to download and start coloring in your favorite program if you want to draw digitally. It's my cocktail hour stream. That's funny. That's right. Cocktail hour. That's some streaming after dark. And so you can download the coloring page and bring it into your favorite drawing program. Color it how you want. And the next step in our process is creating the post, right? So I am sharing once a week, a couple times a week. I'm sharing the page, and then as soon as I get finished with my posts, starting next month, Aaron's gonna share their posts with all the different artists artwork that she partnered up with to do her cards. So stay tuned for our social media posts if you want to see the page as they're being made available, or come back and visit the page here on Behance and just check the downloads. These downloads are going to change because there's only so many different downloads that you can have at one time on a Behance project. So download them now and then keep checking week after week to see which new downloads are available. The next step in this process is to turn the pages, coloring pages, from just a regular page into a coloring book. So that's going to be starting in the next week or two. I'm going to be sharing that process and how we're taking this artwork and putting it into a coloring book layout that then we can then publish later before the Christmas season begins, so you can purchase your coloring book and have some coloring fun and all collect with all the collected artwork. So that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. But so far, right now, we have all the artwork ready. We have all of them are vector, so that no matter what we do with the artwork, the art is going to look clean and sharp because it's vector. And I'm going to share with you that process and how we got here today. All right. All right. So let's get to it. I am on my Surface. This is my Surface Pro. Let me see. Let me see here. Let me double check that we have things are working. They're working. Yeah, that was good. Let me take that over here. Got it. Okay, good. Good. We have a stream. And I don't need this page anymore. I got to clean up my screen. Sorry, y'all. And I have a checklist that I'm going to share with you by the end of the stream. So I am going to put up this checklist on the chat, and I will update the stream information and possibly share it on the screen. Probably could do that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right. But yes, I'm on my Surface Pro. Look at that. Boom, boom. Yes. I like the Surface because it's a full computer and it can run full apps and like Illustrator, Photoshop, and Fresco, drawing apps like Fresco, plus the Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator, and go online and do all those things, and then still have my files in my computer right here. So it's really a big plus. All right. So first things first, let's see some of the. Let me think. I'm trying to think. Here's some of the vector files. And like this, the jacket diamonds. Let me see. Oh, this is Illustrator. Okay, so these are the Illustrator files. So let's go into Adobe Illustrator. First step was Fresco. Let's go with Fresco. There we go. Boom. And so in Adobe Fresco is where I started working on all my illustrations for this project. Let me see if I can get this date modified. And yeah, there's a lot of files in here. All right, there goes Vector Magic. I knew I had it in here. And so my process was very simple. And here, let's go ahead and open this Jacket Clubs. Is to draw and sketch in Adobe Fresco. That's the first step. Is just getting the sketches down. And here's the sketch right here underneath. Yeah, this one right here. Let's turn that one off. Here's a quick sketch right there. Let me show you another of the sketches there. And I kind of liked that sketch. That was not a bad looking sketch. I wanted a little bit of dynamic movement. So let's go here, turn that down, and then what was that first one? That's it. Let's see here. There's another one there, and there he goes, like jumping. And so this is where in Adobe Fresco I take my time and sketch out ideas. I just start getting the ideas out of my head. And there's a popular meme going around right now for illustrators and for artists, and it shows like a wonky looking circle with color, says make the thing, and then there's another circle below that which is perfect and shaded nicely and all that, and it says then make it perfect. And so that is a process to live by, where you just do the thing, start it, no matter what it looks like. What do you think about it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? What could be better? Any of those things, don't worry about it, just do it, just start the thing. Then later come back and start cleaning it up. Then you can start taking your time to organize yourself and get your illustration, your drawing, your sketch to look the way you want to. But you can't have that. You can't get to that moment where you start fixing things until you make something. You have to make something. And that's what we're doing here. Just making things happen and see what it looks like. What's up, RB in the house? And then here is, let me see, turn that down. Here is another one. Boom. And so then here's where I got to a point where it's like, you know what? I think that's the pose that I'm going to go with. And then here's another sketch. And then finally I have a sketch, and this is still a pencil sketch of what I think I want. So there was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers of sketches to get to that one drawing that I think I'm happy with. And I'm still not happy because I have other ideas. I'm like, you know what I could have done. So that's always going to happen. You're always going to have these ideas that, you know what, I should have, I could have. And then here, as a matter of fact, there's another piece right here. Yeah, there it goes. So I started that one, and I think I did not like some of the bold lines because that's going to clash with Jane's piece. And so I then finally worked on that, and I made it a lot cleaner, a lot smoother. I controlled my line work, and it feels like I did the drawing several times, and until I got to a point where I actually had thought of all the different things for each sketch. I'm thinking of one thing that I want to fix, then another sketch now I'm fixing this other thing, and so on until you get to the final sketch. It's like now you've thought of all the things you could possibly think of. And then even still right here I'm thinking, you know what, I could have done some other extra stuff. But one thing I like about this drawing is that Jane did this field of pencils. Oh my gosh, pencils are my favorite. I love pencils. I like drawing in pencil. Got the little pencil house over here. Very cute looking trees. A pencil house over there. And some pencils in the field right here. And so on, right? That's cool. Did I do that? I think that might be something I need to look at and pay attention to. Oh, that might be me. Let me see. Yeah, that's me. Okay. Whew. That's not in the final piece. But it may be. I need to check. In any case, so what I decided to do was like, yeah, let me do some pencils also. So I threw some pencils back there, and this looks like this character's on a trek, right? He's got his backpack, he's got his pencils on his backpack, he's got the pencil in his hand, and it's like on the path, on the art life path. So that is right there the process for the Adobe Fresco, sketching, and then getting to the vector point by using vector brushes. And these are vector brushes over here on the left hand side. You can find them on the third icon on the left, and just create a new layer on the right, and boom, start drawing with vector brushes. And now you have vector. And it's at this point where you're happy with your drawing, you turn off all the layers you don't need, and there's a big helpful button up here in the top right, because now we're gonna export to Illustrator. What's up, Antoine? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. And it says, so now there usually when you click this button on the drop down menu, you'll get an option that says share to open in Adobe Illustrator. And if you're on the iPad, you're gonna have two options. It's gonna ask you, do you want Illustrator on the iPad or do you want Illustrator on the desktop? If you have a Intel-based PC or Surface, you'll have the option that says export to Adobe Illustrator desktop. However, I am on the Surface Pro 11 with Snapdragon, and Adobe has not updated Fresco, the menu for the export button. So we don't have that export button. I have other Surface that are Intel based, and they do have those buttons, and I should have thought about that just to show you what it looks like. But never, it doesn't matter. It's right here, somewhere in here. You'll see it, and you'll be able to click on it. Let me see. You see my finger rolling around in this drop down, and then you'll be able to click on it, and it will immediately send this file to Adobe Illustrator. So let's go into Illustrator. Here we go. Here is Illustrator. And now, come on, here we go. Come on, get it together. There it is. There it is. It's right here. So once you export to Adobe Illustrator, boom, it's going to pop in just like this, and you're going to see the same vector lines and layers that you had in Fresco. They're going to show up in Illustrator. There is a question. Antoine, the artist, says, oh, thank you, Evie. Thank you for stopping through. No worries. We'll see you later. Antoine is asking, I got questions about how to create cards people will collect. Well, are we talking about the artwork? Or are we talking about the physical cards? And so right now we're talking about the artwork, and this is my process. And you can do this for playing cards, for coloring pages, for collectible cards. As a matter of fact, my grandson and I have been working on some Pokemon designs, and eventually there will be collectible cards. It's really the process is that I'm sharing with you right now. It's about drawing, but there is a different process for if you want to print and have a final layout for that, which you could probably use some of this process the same way. Okay, so here is Adobe Illustrator. There goes the layout for this card, and let's take a look at our layers. As a matter of fact, let's go like this. Auto collapse. Boom. This is the layers window. Got it. And so right now we have Jane's drawing back here, Jack, and that is a JPEG, because I brought in the JPEG of Jane's drawing in here so that I can have a her drawing to play off of when I'm making my drawing. Okay, get out of here. Nobody asking any of this. Nobody. None of these things are helpful, Adobe. Please stop. There we go. And so that is this layer here. Let's turn it off. But in here, in this layer, we have all the lines that I drew in Adobe Fresco as vector. And so I can select that one right there, get rid of it. Boom, got it. And then you can scroll down and take a look at all the different parts that it took to make this design. And there it is, look. And it's all vector. It's a vector. Now I am drawing in Adobe Illustrator Beta, because in Snapdragon version of Surface, we only have Illustrator Beta available, not the full general release. I forget what the word is. So Antoine, the artist, the physical cards. I think that if I did a quick Google search on how to find a printer to make me physical cards, I think that's a possibility. Also, there's a company called Avery, and I haven't looked at any of this stuff in a while, but they make sheets that you can use on your home printer, and these sheets have perforated edges, and you can print out into cards. I know they have like business cards size. They have templates. They have stickers, hello stickers, templates. They have all kinds of different templates. So if you want to print them at home, that's an option. Do a quick Google search to find out more. Look up the templates, playing cards, collectible card templates, and see if there's some templates for your printer. And if you have a home printer with color, then that's great. If you have black and white, well, there you go. That's if you want to print that at the house. Yeah. How weird that you can only use the beta. Yes, and I have complained to Adobe. I know they're hard at work because it's a lot of software to keep up with after 30 some years. And I will remind them this fall when I'm in LA for Adobe Max. I will talk to the Illustrator team in person and be like, where we at? Because yes, we're using beta on the Surface Pro 11, and because it features the Snapdragon chip versus the Intel chip that's been around longer, so there's a lot more software for that. Okay, so back to where we were. So here is our drawing. We have our design. This is vector. And now at this point, what we like to do is format the layout for the coloring page and then export the coloring page. So let me close this window. And I didn't have to close it, but here's the face card designs. But what I do is I will create one file where I can have all of the playing cards together. And then I will have that file that I just had open. Let me show you. Let me show you a cut and paste. It is so easy and amazing. You're welcome, Antoine. All right, so what I like to do here, so that says Jack of Clubs, right? And so I select that layer. Before I copy and paste, I go through the menu. And I make sure that I click on this part that says Paste Remembers Layers. Got it. So now I will Control C if you're on PC, Command C if you're on Mac. Then I go back into my file where I'm collecting all the artwork. And I'm glad I'm here right now. And then I'm going to Control V to paste. And see how it just brought in the artwork into this from one file to another. But not only that, it also brought the artwork into a layer that says Jack of Clubs, because apparently I already had a Jack of Clubs layer, so it brought that into that Jack of Clubs layer. So it remembers the layers. When you paste, it remembers the layers, and you want to have that on. When you don't use paste remembers layers, it will copy regular, but it will paste wherever it feels like, and it'll make a mess of the layers, and you don't want a mess. So this is perfect. Yes. All right, there you go. Just get rid of that because I don't need it. I will, however, come on, we're trying to do something here. Let me go like this because this is the way. Come on, there we go. You slowing down on me. Let me close this out. Boom. And there's and on the right hand side you can see all the layers that I brought in already. There we go. And what I need to do right now, I have taken the time. The Jane says it will stick them anywhere. Correct. You don't want your shapes and paths to just get jumbled up. You gotta stay organized. It's important that you stay organized. And as you can see, I am staying organized. There's the Jack of Clubs right there. Oh, so there's still something here. Let me see. There you go. Let's get rid of that. There's the Jack of Clubs by Jane, which I found out is the what is it? Jack in the pencil. It's Jack. His name is Jack. Pencil stock. Should I make it stock? Yeah. Ace of Clubs, King of Clubs, Queen of Clubs, Ace of Spades, King of Spades, Queen of Spades, Jack of Spades, and Jack of Diamonds. Jack of Diamonds was here, but I got rid of it because that Erin and I split up the face cards in half, and she took control and managed half, and I'm managing the other half, and so this is the half that I managed. Now, one thing I'm going to do is lock this layer. I'm going to select everything. Let me see. And then I'm going to go to Object, Path, and Outline Stroke. And what this does is there are some shapes here there are some paths. There's a lot of paths. Some are shapes, some are just strokes. And so right now what I want to do is I want to convert everything to a shape. And so right now we have a shape. And now that everything is a shape, we're going to control A to control it all. Oh, I know what's happening here. There's something else right there. Let me see, where did that go? Is that, oh, okay, that's right there. That's what that is. What happened? Okay, this is the link. That's the link. I don't know why I have that link here, but okay. I make it white. Get out of here. I don't have time for you right now. All these notifications. Okay, so let's control. Let me see. That's the pencil start. Oh, so something happened. So I need to go back because I did something wrong with James here. So let's go undo and undo. You gotta pay attention. Oh, it's still there. Undo. Let me see. There we go. So something happened here. Oh, it's a clipping mask. Oh, that's right. I did a clipping mask path. Got it. So that way I can trim out some of the edges without breaking Jane's piece. There you go. You can see that. You can see. I can see a little bit of it. All right. So say something if you're stopping by. Oh, welcome. Lezu in the house. Thank you for joining us on the Discord. Okay, so I did add a clipping path. Did I add that or did Jane add that? I can't remember who did that. Okay, so let me turn it off. Control All. There it goes. Let me lock that clipping path. Okay. And then now I go to Object, Path, Outline Stroke. Boom. And now everything is a stroke. And let's go to my window and find color. And I'm going to make all the shapes black or gray. But what do we have? Do we have any? We shouldn't have any. Let me turn that back on. Let me see. What do we have here? Okay, that's a fill color. Fill color. I'm double checking all the pieces. Fill color. Fill color. Fill color. Fill color. And it looks like there's something here. There's something here that's not working right. Let me think about that. Turn that off. Okay, what about Jack of Clubs? The Jack of Clubs, okay, that's working. Okay. So here there's something about this that has a stroke. So object, path, outline stroke. And it should have already turned everything to a stroke. To a shape. All these should be shapes. Oops, come on. All right, let me get a selection tool. Yes, these are all shapes. Yep, that's a shape. And so where would that come in? Where is this stroke at? Why do we have strokes? That's a shape. I'm just going to select things until I find something that looks different. There is a group here. Let me see. Shape. Shape your vector. Shape your vector. Ow. Okay. No, I think it's something is happening. And so I'm paying attention to everything here because I want to make sure that I get everything right. But I think we're there. And so you just you get used to looking for things in case something is weird, and you don't want to catch it later after you print it, after send it off to print. You don't want to do that. Jane says, "Oh, I thought I'd done my change into shapes. Maybe I didn't. Maybe you didn't. It's okay. And I just want to make sure that I don't miss anything because there's something here. See that stroke? So let's just turn it off. Turn off everything. The stroke, because it all should be shaped. So that looks good. Oh, okay. There is something here. And it's not you. Oh, yes, it could be you, Jane. It could be. Turn it off. Let's see. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, so here's the clipping mask. And turn off the stroke. Yes, so it's not you, it's me. And so I needed to get rid of the stroke so that it's not over the letter J. All right, that's good. Good. Okay, and so I see things that I need to fix, like these heads here. Hmm. So I had done that, and I thought I had done that here in this file. Okay, let's save this, and let's go look. I think I saved it already as an external file. Mm-hmm. The Jack of Diamonds, the set. So I think I did that. Let me see. Let me look. Always. Let's look. Yes, I had fixed all of those things. See that here? Okay. What I didn't do is turn all the shapes and all the shapes into color, into the same color. Let me see what happens here. Turn it off. Got it. Oh, I see. And then what's in here? What is layer 55? I got way too many files. So I just showed you what I do in the process, and I was using the other file because I make copies as I work through some of the process. Jack of Diamonds doesn't exist here. I don't know what that was. Okay, those are the white parts. Yep, that are covering. So so what I did was, instead of getting rid of some of these edges, that's where we were. Some of these edges on this outline so that it doesn't go over the headdress. What I did is I created a layer and I added white layers, white shapes, so that it will cover that line. So these are my white breaks. White breaks. Boom. So that way, when you turn it off, you can see the lines. When you turn it on, you can don't see the lines. Lock that up. Okay. And so there's a Jack of Diamonds. But that's just the layer is here. There's nothing here because I got rid of it. Got it. Okay, zoom out. Okay, so we can try this again. This is what I was just doing a second ago. All right, let's look at Jacks. Turn that off. Select it all. Okay. Object. Path. Outline stroke. Boom. It just turned everything that was a line into a shape. Now that it's turned into a shape, I can turn it to the same color. And nothing should have, nothing, there should not be any outlines around here. There you go. There you go. It's working. It's working. Yes. Okay, now I gotta fix this clipping path, and that needs to be no color. And what a clipping path does, it frames the artwork so that anything outside of that frame, it disappears, and that's what we see here. Everything outside of this frame is gone. It's only what's inside the clipping path. What you see when you turn off the clipping path, you can see these edges. When you turn it on, you don't see the edges. And that's it. Good. Okay. There we save that. That's the one we want. Okay, so let's get rid of this one. That one's in the cloud. This one's on my computer. Yeah. All right. So we got to, all right. We got to Adobe Illustrator. We exported to Illustrator. We format the layout for coloring pages. And now we're going to export these coloring pages. And so right now, what we decided to do was that these artboards are 11 by 17. And now we go to File, Export As, and I'm going to export all, use artboards. Yep, all. And we want them to be PNG. Got it. The collab, vector files. These are the, let me see, that says pages. Okay. These says PNGs. Yep. So, whoops, let's go back. So what we want is a new folder, PNG version 2. There you go. Enter. Open. Use artboards. All. This face card black set. Got it. Let's yeah. Vector Magic face card, and we're just gonna get rid of the black set. We're just gonna leave it off. Face cards, and then I'm gonna be able to type something later. So here we go. Export. It's gonna ask me what size. I'm gonna go all in on this. A high 300 DPI, and you can see the little transparency on the edges. That's good. So click OK, and we shall see some changes happening. There it goes, right in the PNG file. Boom. So let's look at the DTN collab. There it is, PNG version 2. I got 8 items. That's good. 4. Yes. Ace, king, queen, jack. That's 4. So now let's look at it. There it is. That's the king, the queen, the jack, ace, jack, queen, king. Okay. Good. Now I want this to update so I can see the pictures. Yes. So now let's select this one, and I can change the name. It says 01. Vector Magic Cards 01. It's going to be King Spades. I'm off to lie down. Thank you, Jane. Thank you for stopping through. Appreciate you. This is the Queen of Spades. Got it. This is going to be the Jack of Spades. Yes. This is going to be the Ace, because this is the Ace of Spades, and this is the Ace of Clubs. Yes, okay. Now let's go here. It's an Ace of Spades. Ace. Got it. Good. This is the Jack of Clubs. Yes, because spades and clubs, those are the only ones that I'm doing. That's right. All right, then we have the Queen of Clubs. And then finally, the King of Clubs. And so they all have a story. There's a reason why some of us selected some of these characters, because Clubberland, okay, his name is Clubber, Mr. T from the Rocky movies. Clubber, his name is Clubber. Can you believe that? And he's in the clubs, in the King of Clubs. It just fits. And then in Chapulín Colorado, he carries a big old toy hammer. What do you call those? It's not exactly a hammer, but it can be a club. We can call it a club. And then the Jack. Let me see. Where's the Queen? There you go. The Queen of Clubs is Judge Judy, and so she has the gavel. Right? There's a club. I thought that was funny. Okay, so at this point, what I've done now is worked in Fresco, sketch to vector, now in an Illustrator, export to the vector from Fresco to Illustrator, format the layout for the coloring page. We did that, and export the coloring page. So we've exported these pages now. Now we're going to go into formatting the coloring page, individual pages. And so I like to use Photoshop for some of that. Let me see. Here's the pages, and there's my Photoshop file. So let's go ahead and we'll leave Illustrator open. Let's get some Photoshop in the house. Right up, and then let's go with the club pages. And what I did was I created the coloring page, and then we take a look at the size, canvas size. It's in inches. Okay, so 33 by 10. Why is that like that? What? Canvas size, image size. So 33 inches by 10 inches. That is crazy. That can't be right. Oh, that's something weird right here. Cancel that. Let me see. This. It has to be 11 by 17. That's what we're doing. 11 by 17. And so I made the 11 by 17 frame or artboard. I created several artboards and I dropped in the artwork in here. So let's go look at the artwork. Not those pages. And you know what? Let me see. These are exported pages. So we're going to go to PNG version 2. There it is. Get this. Drop it in there. Boom. And it's going to go into the first layer. I'm going to bring it to the layer where it belongs. And the cool thing is, enter. There it goes. So right now we have this piece is right here, Ace of Clubs. There's the original Ace of Clubs drawing that I had in there, but I'm gonna put this one in here because I have a new solid color now. There we go. Move it over to the left a little bit. Got it. And then I can get rid of the old one. There we go. Look at that. So now we have our coloring page. Just move it up a little bit so it can kind of be a bit more centered. Let me see. Getting there. All right. It's not perfect, but it's eyeball perfect. Good. I got it. Okay, so yeah, so I don't know why my canvas size, that's the image size. Why my canvas size, let me see. Oh yeah, let me look at I might have done something with my rulers and messed that up. Let me see. Inches. Oh yeah, there it is. See, that's 8 inches by 10 inches. Why is it showing me other when I see the canvas like this? Maybe because it's going all the way across all of them. That can't be right. All right, so it is 8 by 10 sheet of paper. That's what we designed it at an 11 by 17. But now that I'm inside of Photoshop and I'm creating these pages for the coloring book, I'm bringing in the artwork, putting it in an 8 by 10 artboard, and center it to fit the design on the page. So go to File. We're going to export as, and I'm just going to select the Ace of Clubs. PNG. Let me double check and see that's what I want. Pages. These are PNGs, yes. So PNGs. I'm going to leave the resolution at my design level. Same as my design. Export. Find that folder. DTM. Collab. New folder. This is going to be pages 8 by 10 PNGs. Save it in here. Ace of Clubs. Save. Boom. And I'm also going to save this file. Save as. It's going to go in the new folder. Pages 8 by 10. Club pages 8 by 10. That's how we're going to differentiate between them. Save it. Got it. Boom. Okay. We got the ace. Now today I'm supposed to post the other. Let's go ahead and open it up. Spades. That was clubs. Spades. There we go. So I'm going to post the jack of spades, I think. Let me see. Let me look. I'm going to get ahead of the game right now because I need to check something on Adobe Express. Let's see. Denominator and then, yep. Gambit. So this is the one I need. I need jack of spades. So let me go into my folder. Go into the PNG version 2. And there it is. Vector Magic Spades. Drop it in. Done. Yes, yes. Okay, it's right here. So let's move that up. And what I'm doing is I'm replacing all the designs with the new one that all the color has been formatted to be the same. Move it over a little bit. Enter. Done. Get rid of the old one. Got it. Now let's export jacket space. And this is it. This is the process. Export as. Sure. PNG. Why not? But I'm only going to do the jacket space. There it is. Export that. There we go. Jacket space. 8x10 PNG. Save it. Good. I'm going to save this file also. Save as. And go into my new pages 8x10. And there you go. Save it. So now we formatted the coloring page. Okay. So slowly I'm making my pages and they're going to be going here in this new folder. Pages 8x10. So these are 8x10 now. All right. At 300 DPI. So if I need to make adjustments, I can always go into the Photoshop file and make those adjustments. And in starting next week or so, I'm going to show you how I use InDesign. A lot of Adobe stuff all in one place. Okay, so the next thing is, so we got this. We got Photoshop, we got Illustrator, and now we're going to get boom, Adobe Express. And you saw this right here. So what I have going on right now is that I design the post in Adobe Express, and then I schedule the post in Adobe Express, and you can see these are my posts. If you follow my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, anything like that, you will see my posts and they come out of Adobe Express. I use Adobe Express to schedule these posts. You definitely should complete a book, KDP, on Amazon. Thank you, Fardan. That is the plan. Right now we're working on the coloring pages, but eventually we're gonna have a coloring book. And that's what I'm doing by the end of this month. I will be working on that coloring book. Okay, so use Adobe Express to post to your social medias. You should do that. You got it, Lazu? Yes. I'm glad you got it. I'm telling you, this is a game changer. What you do is on Adobe Express, you scroll all the way to the left-hand side, use regular Adobe Express. Then you go all the way to the left-hand side. There's the schedule. Boom. And so this was already published this morning. It was published on my Instagram, Facebook pages, and LinkedIn. And actually just happened because I think I started streaming right before 9. How long have I been on? 51 minutes. So yes, I started before 9 o'clock. And so 30 minutes ago, this post went out and I was streaming. It wasn't me doing it. I didn't have to pay attention to do that. I just did it. All right. And what you do is you go to that tab on the left-hand side that says schedule. You click on connections and you connect your social media. We got Facebook, X, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and TikTok. I don't know how to use Pinterest or how to post, and I haven't taken the time to figure that out. But there's an option for those of you who are into that. Got it. I check your FB and Insta regularly. That's right, Lacey. You do, because I see them likes and comments. Thank you so much. All right. So I got this connected. And now what I want to do is open a new tab for Adobe Express because I need 2 tabs open. So the first tab is going to be the design. And as you can see, I have a project already started that has my face cards, and you may not have ones that started now, but all it takes is to create a new file here in Express that's square for Instagram. It's a square design, and so I have it here, and these are all the designs that I've posted so far. And as you can see, there it is where we at right now. The jacket space denominator, the jacket space gambit. So I'm gonna click on gambit. And I'm going to get rid of this picture. That's going to change because I have a new picture that's in one color. So go here. There's the jacket space. Jack. And just hold it and boom. There it goes. Look. It just replaced it just like that. Oh my God. It's so funny. Okay, let's go like this and like that. You know, one thing I want to do, I want to use the other one. This is the page, so it has that white outline already. But let's go to the PNG version too, and then get that right there. Boom. See that? So that one already has the blank background. It's just the card by itself. And it has Delta Tango mic. I should take off that. Did I post Jane's already and it had Delta Tango mic on it? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. And this was super crooked. Did I post it like that, Jane? Sometimes I move too fast and I don't pay attention. All right. Well, there's the Jack of Spades. I'll leave the Delta Tango mic since it's there and everything. And that looks kind of centered. And now that I titled it Jack of Spades. You see that? I can change the name of that. I can say Jack of Spades. And then click on download. Download. You don't have to do the download part, but I like keeping track of the things that I post. So there we go. It said DTM post, but let's go to DTM collab posts. And there, see, those are all the posts that I made already. Yep, and James looks busted. I'm gonna have to repost that. There it goes, Jack of Spades 2. And there's already a Jack of Spades 2 right there. So we're just gonna replace it. Save, yes, replace it, and there it goes. Get out of here. Oof, all these notifications. So there we go. We got our new post is ready. Now I go into the other tab, and I'm gonna grab the same text that I have here by duplicating this post. Boom, get rid of that picture. It says drag and drop a picture here. Okay, well, I'll do that. I can do that. There it is. Jack of Spades. Drop it. Okay, upload. And I asked Dodari to give me some context for this post. Let me see. Let's see, Odari. How long ago was it that I texted him? Can't remember. Oh, there he is. Gotcha. Okay. I said gotcha. Okay. So I got the picture. I'm gonna fix this text. Right? And just type in Gambit by Odari Art. I think that's his name. And I'm going to also post it everywhere. In one of my channels, and on Instagram, all of my pages on Facebook. I have connected my LinkedIn. And if it was a video, I would post it on TikTok. But it's not a video. I need to make a video of these pages. That's next. I got a lot of work to do here. Okay. So let's see. We got that. It's a square post. Bodari Art. I think that's it. Let me look at the Instagram. Make sure that's the correct name. Bodari Art. Yes, that's it. Okay, good. Got it. All right. And so he says, Dari Gambit, he says, come on. He says he has style in his way. Very loyal but rebellious. Loyal but rebellious. Let's go with that. These are words that Odari texts me. Loyal but rebellious. Is there you here? Rebellious? Rebellious, if need be. All right. Okay, there you go. Odari's favorite. Okay. Boom. So a little bit of text, say something. And then this coloring page is part of the super calibration. Download this coloring page. Learn Illustrator in 1 day. This is just the extra stuff. I need to take that off because I've changed some of these things in here. Let's see. Let's go. That's it. Basic. Download the coloring page. Super calibration. I got a few hashtags. Control all. Let's see. And so I'm going to post this. There's the calendar. I'm going to post this on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Boom. There it is. See that now? Come on. And that's on Wednesday, isn't it? Wednesday the 10th. Yes, the 10th. So there it is. I already set it. It's on the schedule, and I have my text. I have my picture. I have my channels. Click on schedule. Boom, and there it goes. See that? Now I'm gonna make a selection. You know what I'm missing here on the left is a Twitter. So I'm gonna make a selection. Create a duplicate post. Take off LinkedIn and add Twitter. And of course, it's a lot of words. Go like this. Download the coloring page. It's enough text for posting on Twitter. The schedule is still the same. And click on schedule. Okay, do this one. This one right here, I missed Twitter for today. So duplicate post. Take off the Instagram. Delta Tango Mike. Go there. Take that off. Go here. Take that off. Go there. Boom, boom. It's still too long. It tells you right there like how long this is. Art started. Art is primordial, and what is more? Art is a primordial feeling, emotion. Yes, okay, that's working. And then I'm gonna do this one's published now. Just click on publish now because we want it to go now. Look, boom, just like that. And that's it. Wait, I just took you through Adobe Fresco, where we sketch and do our vector line work. Adobe Illustrator, where we export from Fresco to Illustrator to format the layout for our coloring page. And then we export that coloring page. Then jump into Photoshop so I can format the coloring page into actual book pages that are 8x10. Then we hop into Adobe Express where I create the design for the post. Boom. And then I schedule that post with the calendar in Adobe Express. Bam. Lezu says, cool, cool, cool. Thank you so much for that, Lezu. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with me today and going through this process. It's a little lengthy, but all the steps are there. And the better you get at your process, the faster you move through the artwork and you get used to the process, and so then you don't miss parts. And like right now, you saw me in today's stream how I saw things that I missed the first time, and that's because this is my second time going through this process with some of this artwork, and but now I can see these things, whereas the first time I was kind of testing, like, should I do this thing? Should I do that? How should I move this artwork this way? And it's all through Adobe Apps. So we're staying inside Adobe Apps this whole process. So there you go. I hope you learned something today. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. Thank you, Fardon. Thank you, Jane. Drew. Oh, Drew Person. I didn't see you come through from Facebook. I appreciate you. Antoine, thank you for the questions and engaging. Let's see who else stopped here. Did I say RB already? And Evie and Clever Devlin. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate y'all. Stay tuned for more streams and posts, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you want to follow. Delta Tango Mike. That's my name right there. Thank you, Lezu, for joining me on the Discord. And feel free to join us in the Discord. I'm always around. I answer questions. You can post your artwork, work in progress. Share with us what you're working on. And keep up to date with art and technology. I am Delta Tango Mike. I will catch you on the flip side. Peace out.